What's going on, everyone? It's Adam here from No Shelf Space, and we're back with more videos. And I'm talking about a game I played while on vacation called Aethermon. Aethermon can collect. I want to keep saying connect, but it's Aethermon collect. And yes, the Mon should give it away. This is kind of a monster set collection game. I have lots of things to say about this, positive and negative. So stay tuned and I'll give you all of my thoughts. Alright, in Aethermon Connect, you can play this competitively or cooperatively. I've never played it cooperatively, so this is not talking about that experience, but I have played it competitively, and what you're going to be doing is, depending on the number of players, you're going to be setting out Aethermon, which are just these little creatures right here, and there's a whole bunch of them, and it's actually kind of cool. There's the front side of a card. Nice art. I really like it. It shows, how many points they're worth. It shows if they're part of a set right there. There'll be multiple little circles if it's part of a set. There's also information on the back, which I think is really, really cool. And then it has a logo. So obviously this is a water type Aethermon. But you're going to be putting all these Aethermon, and this is them. There's how many there are. Quite a few. Quite a few. And as I said, some of them are in a set of 3. So right there you can see if you want the complete set, you want all 3 of those Aethermon in your collection. And the points will double. You'll add them all up and then double them if you have the complete set. Anyway, doesn't matter. What you're going to be doing is building a grid out on the table, and the grid will be a certain size depending on the number of players you're using. And so obviously you won't be using all of the Aethermon in the game. Now, the grids are right here. I'll just show that to you. There's the grid set up right there. So in a 2-player game, you're going to be using a 5x5 grid with 4 elements. In a 3-player game, you're going to be using a 6x6 grid with 6 elements. In a 4-player game, you're going to be using a 7x7 grid with 8 elements. Now, there are other options, of course, in the game to make it harder. There are alternative rules and artifacts that you can use, and artifacts are like items. So if you've ever played like a Pokemon game, something like that, you'll be familiar with items. And I love the artwork. I love the artwork on this stuff. Here's a teddy bear right there, mechanical bird. So these also change up the way the game plays. So, for example, the mechanical bird, at the end of your turn, you swap a 3-point Aethermon you've collected for any 1-point Aethermon on the grid. Now, this might be beneficial if you're going for a set, right? And there's a card in the set that you want to swap to get a complete set. Everything's going to be on a grid, and you're going to have this little marker right here. You can see that. And you're going to be placing the marker on the grid, and then you can move it on your turn. You can move it vertically or horizontally. You can never move it on a diagonal, and you'll stop it on any card, and then you can take that card. You can also stop it on an empty space, and if a player ever does that 2 times or uses an item that doesn't allow them to collect an Aethermon, if there's ever an opportunity where someone doesn't collect an Aethermon on 2 consecutive turns, then the game ends, everyone tallies up their stuff, and we get a winner. That's about it. There's not a whole bunch more to this game. It says it plays in 15 minutes, and that feels about accurate. There's tons of Aethermon in the game, tons of different types, different qualities. They all have a lot of information about them. I could see this game easily expand. It could expand so easily into a bigger game or different Aethermon or more sets. Easily that could happen. And the gameplay, it's simple. Like teaching someone how to play this, it's very simple. You got a grid, you move the item on your turn vertically, horizontally, you take an Aethermon, add it in front of you. Everything's public information, including your artifact cards, the ones that give you all those special abilities. There you go, there's the roller skates. And you just keep playing and playing until the game ends. Simple, simplistic, easy to teach, easy to learn, easy to play. And that's what I really like about it. It plays 2 to 4 players. I prefer 4. I prefer 4 players with the large grid. 2 players is just, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at 2. 3 is okay. 4 is the way to play this game. If you're going to play it at 4. There are a few things I just don't like. It is a small box. Like this is the entire box. As you can see, it fits in my hands, and there's a bottom for it. And the cards are only, yay big. Like not very big cards. Instead of using like a little miniature rule book that maybe folds out into like a big sheet or in a little book, they've opted to use like the same sized cards as the game as their rule book. It does not work very well. They're numbered, so if they ever got out of order, you could easily put them back. I don't know if that's ever going to focus, but it's not going to. But they're numbered, so they're easy to put back if you ever got them mixed up. But this is I really don't like this. It's not a fun way to teach the game. You're always like, all right, now you do this and flip this over, then you're going to the next one and the next one. It's not my thing. I do like that there's a little, table of contents card, so I can easily jump. Like if someone's like, hey, can you explain to me how I use artifacts? I can be like, oh yeah, I can do that. 17. There we go. Using artifacts. Now, some people are not going to be bothered by this, and really this doesn't impact the game itself. I just don't like this as a way to teach the game, but it still uses art. Like there's still picture demonstrations of what everything is. So here it's just showing you, that's how you tell how many points it's worth. That's how you tell what set it's from. That's what you tell what type it's from, element it's from. So it still has it's got charts and everything like that. It's just this isn't the way I would love to do it. Otherwise, I don't really have any other complaints. I think the artwork on these cards is very nice. Here's another one that I really like. Right there. I think the artwork's really nice. The artifacts and the way they're used really change up the game. Like you could use an artifact that could really help you. You'll draft artifacts in reverse player order, and they'll be set out on the table in pairs of 2s, and you'll be able to choose a set of 2 cards. And then once you use it, it's gone. You don't get to keep using it. I like that. There's expanded rules here in the back, and I've never played the expanded way. But there's also targets for cooperative play that you're trying to hit in order to win the game. But there's tips in here. There's alternative competitive rules where artifacts are hidden, so other people don't know what artifacts you are. There's a 2 versus 2 experience. There's a lot going on in such a small box, and what I'm going to guess is a small price for the game. Everything's compact, and is it going to come out to the table a lot? No, I don't think so. But, when we're sitting at the table, it's 11:30 at night, and someone's like, I want to do one more thing. Yeah, this is going to come out. This is never going to be the headliner of game night. But it's going to be something we do pull out when we've got a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there to play. But again, I prefer it at more players. Less players, 2 players, not for me. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review and kind of an unboxing of what you get in Aethermon Collect. I highly recommend it if you like quick drafting games with a bit of just card luck of where the cards lay. I would highly suggest this one. Check it out. You can find more information about Aethermon by scanning this QR code if it works. But there we go. You can scan that QR code. That'll give you more information. And it does tell you to hold on to this. I'm not going to tell you why, but it says hold on to this card. It might be an important card in the deck. Stay tuned. Aethermon. Anyway, and then they have talked about Aethermon Ascent. Aethermon Ascent, a cooperative roguelike RPG coming soon. So there's lots to enjoy in the Aethermon universe. I enjoyed this game, and I think you might as well. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Goodbye.